Hi everybody, I'm Ellen. I'm ByGone cross stitcher on both FlossTube and Instagram. Today is December 10th, 2025, and this is FlossTube number 14. I'd like to welcome everybody and especially thank my subscribers and everybody who's stopping by and coming back, all that good stuff. My channel is predominantly about cross stitch and occasionally other crafting that I do. So I had a lot to put together for a FlossTube already, so I thought I would do two this month. The end of the month, I think I'm just going to do kind of a like where I'm at, plans for 2026. You know, it'll probably be a really short video. But I wanted to show you my shirt. This is another Primrose shirt. Christmas trees and stitching, please. Really nice, really comfortable, and I have a few things that I'll show you here in a minute. I've been searching for one of these Longaberger baskets. I'd seen some FlossTubers where they had found them on Facebook Marketplace or eBay or somewhere, so I kind of started looking for one, and I actually hit the jackpot. There was a couple I wanted before and then they weren't available, but I got this one from a lady that was in Fort Wayne, and it is in really nice condition, and it had the fabric liner with it. So the basket was weaved in 1999, and it's in great shape. The wood topper looks a little used, but not too bad. And then she also had the plastic liner in with it. And then of course the fabric liner. So I just love that, and not sure how I'm going to use it yet, but that was a Merry Christmas to me. So I would think I'll really enjoy having that. You guys are always hearing me talk about journaling. Well, my 2026 book of days came in. So what I do with this is every day I write down my stitching progress or crafting progress if I'm doing something else. And it's basically just, you know, a regular calendar, but you do have a column over here where you can list things. So I list projects here also that I've worked with, and then I break it down within the days. And then you have extra places to do some journaling and that kind of thing. But it's a really nice quick reference. That's what I like about it the most, is if I'm looking up something, I can find it in here pretty quick usually. And then there's other extra pages in the back. I use them for different things than what they have on here. I use, like this page I'll use for my list of FFOs through the year, and these other pages back here I'll use for, on this page I have been keeping track of my FlossTubes when I publish them. On this page I keep a list of my projects that I start. So I've kind of got my routine down with that. I've done it several years now, but I really enjoy this book, and I've looked at some others online that are being offered, and I just think they're probably a little bit more than what I really need to do. So glad to have that. Also in the mail came my Just Cross Stitch magazine, and that snowman is really cute on the front. There is a lot of really cute things in here, and I'm sure there'll be people that'll do a flip through on this, but I think the most adorable one in here is this little guy, and I do have plans to stitch him. I just think he's so cute. So I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure other people will probably do a complete flip through. I won't do that today, but I did get that in. So just quickly, I did finish this book by Mel Robbins. It was one that I had seen a lot of people reading through. And, you know, I read a lot of self-help books when I got divorced. That was like 18 years ago. And reading through this, I kind of decided this book was kind of a culmination of all of those other books, the first half of it. And then the second half of it was actually some things that, you know, I hadn't really thought about before, how to handle different situations and how to look at them and that kind of thing. But I wanted to get it done before the end of the year. I started it actually in May when we went to Florida. No reflection on the author. It's just I have a hard time making time to sit down and just read a book. I'm more audio book, so I can multitask with crafting. But I think over the 7 months, you know, it kind of gave me time to kind of digest what I was reading, and I definitely, you know, thought about it quite a bit during different situations. But I would highly recommend, if you're on Goodreads, I put a review on there and gave it 5 stars. So as usual, I have a lot of video clips and photos. I do have a decor tour for Christmas. I've got everything switched out, so that'll be at the end of the video. I did want to shout out just some FlossTube shout outs. I'm watching several different vlogs: Nichol Spohr, Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher, Erin Elizabeth Designs. Those are the ones I don't want to miss. And Teresa Kogut, during Jingle Ball, she did say that she was going to do hers, but she will not be doing it until after Christmas. So I'm really, especially Nicole's, I'm really enjoying those and seeing what they've got going on all the time. Of course, she's a multi-crafter and doing all kinds of different things. So I'm enjoying seeing what they're doing. And Erin Elizabeth, she's in Canada. They moved to a new home, so she's been doing a lot of new things for their home and that kind of thing. So it's been fun watching those. So I hope you all are enjoying the holidays and you're spending time with family and friends and getting out and doing some activities. It's going to be really, really cold here in Ohio. I was hoping we could go and take advantage of one or two of the really nice light displays this weekend, but if we do that, we'll probably do something where we can stay in the car. It's just going to be really cold. But anyway, I plan to be back the week between Christmas and New Year to do kind of a year-end wrap-up, and please stay tuned for all of my video clips that I have to show you, and until we meet again, be excellent to each other. Hi everybody, it is about 35 minutes before Jingle Ball starts. So I came up to my craft room, I'm getting all set up, and I have all kinds of little projects planned. I have a bunch of stuff I need to put away. I have Christmas snacks and all kinds of things set up for me to do so that I can just camp out up here all weekend. So I'm gonna make some little video clips. I think I got a new selfie stick, so I'm trying that out right now on the camera. But I got an order in today. I got some stuff from Amazon. I had one of these a long time ago. This is a just a small handheld crafting heater, dryer thing. What do they call this? It's a mini heat gun. And I had given it away, and I thought maybe I should get another one. So on Cyber Monday, I bought one of those, and Chantel's always using something like that to dry paint on her projects. And then these are just a couple of storage containers that I got. I have a couple already, and I like to keep all my little things in them, like charms and stuff like that. This was my Merry Christmas to myself, and I'll show more about that in my regular FlossTube. And let's see, I want to fully finish something too while I'm hanging around up here. And I got Priscilla's, sorry, I'm not used to this thing, Santa Claus done. So I want to get that fully finished so I can put that on that frame and get it downstairs on the hutch. So those are just a few things I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down and go through the agenda, mark down everything that I want to do at the Jingle Ball, make sure I don't miss anything. Stephanie had shared this sheet, so I'm going to fill that out. And I also need to kit up my Primrose class that I am going to start with them. So I've got that to kit up. So I've got lots to do, and I will check in with y'all later. So if you're going to the Jingle Ball, have a blast. Or I should say, if you've gone to the Jingle Ball, hope you had a blast.
Hey everyone, welcome.
So this is Friday night of Jingle Ball, and basically what I've been doing is I had a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to get done up here, organizing wise, and I wanted to watch the ballroom entertainment, so that will be over at midnight. I did some shopping, so I did some organizing of my patterns. I got PDFs, that kind of thing. And then I did get kitted up my class project for tomorrow. So Mary Stitchmas by Primrose Cottage. I've got my bag, and I decided that, well, she had Weeks Dye Works flosses, and I don't have a whole lot of that. So I decided that I've had a floss pack from the Victorian Motto sampler shop for a long time. This was a floss pack for 'Tis the Season. Blackbird, I can't remember. But anyway, so these are the colors that I'm going to use. I have a lot of this floss, so I'm just going to use some of it up on this project. So that's about it for tonight. Things don't really get started until 11 in the morning, and then my class is at noon. So that's it for today. Good morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning of the Jingle Ball. This is December 6th. And, well, I'm not a morning person. I probably didn't get to sleep last night till 2:30, 3 o'clock, so I'm doing good getting up here at 11. And I'm not a coffee drinker either. Every once in a while I drink a Mountain Dew or something different, but generally it's water all day for me. So today I want to try to finish the word swap, the Santa Claus word swap, so I can get that on the hutch. Also my class with the Primrose girls is at noon, so I'll be working on my mesh bag today. So I'll check in tonight, let you know everything that I got accomplished. But I'll be I'll be downstairs rooting for the Ohio State Buckeyes at 8 o'clock tonight. So I have a project I'm working on downstairs, my Luminous Fiber Arts Gathering Holly is what it's called. Misty has a Christmas mystery sale going this month. It's only a two-parter, so I'll get the rest of that pattern on this coming Monday. So anyway, hope you're having a good day if you're at the Jingle Ball or doing something else fun. So check in with you later. I did want to show you what I purchased last night. I tried to get all my shopping done last night. I got the Teresa Kogut Giver ornament, and then I got the PDF of the Jingle Ball Baubles book that has ornaments in there from all of the designers. I also put a big order in with Primrose, which I expected to do. And then this was a freebie from Primrose. And this was a souvenir ornament for the Jingle Ball from Lindy Stitches. And I usually try to do those. I noticed I hadn't done the one from last year, so I'll probably pull that one out and do both of those together. And then Beth Twist, this was the freebie from her Heartstring Samplery, which is a poinsettia. I thought that was really pretty. So I didn't print all of the freebies, just the ones I thought that I would do. But a lot of good things in the shops. I'm just trying to watch the wallet for one, but be realistic as to what I'm going to stitch. Okay guys, it's about 8 o'clock at night. I got in here about 11:15 this morning, so except for a dinner break, I've been up here watching Jingle Ball, today watching meet and greets. I also had my class with the Primrose girls, and this is where I got on my mesh bag. I only got 3 letters done, but it's a little interesting trying to, stitch when you got both your arms inside a bag. But anyway, the main thing that I spent time on today was getting my wordplay, or no, my word swap, stitching with the Housewives, getting this fully finished. So I'm so happy with that, getting that done. Really cute. My Santa, I gave him some eyes, and then all the reindeer and Rudolph there. So I'm really happy to have that done, and I'll have more details about this in a separate video, FFO video, at the end of the FlossTube. So yeah, so Saturday's over for me because I'm headed downstairs to root on Ohio State and hope they win the Big Ten championship. So I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Okay, it's Sunday. It is December 7th and the last day of Jingle Ball. So I'm going to continue watching the meet and greets today, and who knows what else I'll get into on Jingle Ball. I think my plan for today is I have some Christmas and winter finishes that I want to decide what I need to try to FFO. I'd actually really like to get caught up on all of my Christmas FFOs this month, and I have, I don't know, 2 or 3 winter ones that I would like to get done in January, and a couple of Valentine's that I'd like to have ready for February. So I'm going to go through those and kind of prioritize. Otherwise, I'm going to work on my Merry Stitchmas mesh bag, the project from Primrose today. So check in with you guys later. Oh yeah, and by the way, my Buckeyes lost yesterday to Indiana, but you know what? We beat Michigan, so that's all that counts in my book. Anyway, check in with y'all later. Well, it's about 6 o'clock, so I've been up here for 12 hours, and I really did get a lot done. I'm really enjoying the Jingle Ball again once this year. I've been to all 4 of them. So Jim was just asking me. I went down for dinner. He had gotten pizza for us. He asked me, "So are you done yet?" I'm like, "No, Santa hasn't come yet." So it won't be over for me till about 9 o'clock tonight. So I've got a few more hours. But I wanted to catch you up, and then I want to try to put my videos on the computer, see if they're any good. And I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and release a FlossTube this week. And then I will do an end of the year FlossTube, probably the week between Christmas and New Year. Just a real short one to catch up on what my plans are for 2026 and wrap up the year. So yeah, so today I was able to finish. This is, well, I got this at Keepsakes, and it's a 2014 Prairie Schooler, just a little teeny card that has the pattern on the back, but it had no name for the pattern. So I named it the 2014 Mini Santa Claus. So I stitched this last year actually, and it was in my to be finished pile, and I finished it today. I actually knew what I wanted to do with it. I just needed to dig out this little wood frame from Hobby Lobby. This had the word joy in it in the middle, and it was like a green and black plaid background on it, but it was a perfect size. This is a 3x3. The stitch is almost a 2x2. So anyway, I think it turned out cute. And then the reindeer, I got a pack of 12 of those for less than $3 at Hobby Lobby. I think those were last year as well. So I'm really happy with how that finished. And I'll do an FFO video on it too, so you can see it a little better. And on my Merry Stitchmas bag from the Primrose class I took, I really didn't do a whole lot today, but I am going to work on it tonight yet. I got the S added to it. So this is Stitchmas down here, and then there's a big needle that is stitched below that, and so it'll be easier once I get higher up in here to stitch. But I think I'm going to actually use this for my zoom stitch when I'm up here talking to the girls. And the other thing I wanted to show you was all the other stitch pieces that I have ready. I pulled all those out, and, or I should say, for Christmas, for winter, and Valentine's. And I really want to try to hit this pile hard. But this is what I have. This is Luminous Fiber Arts, and I stitched that in 2020. And there'll be a lot of Primrose in here. This is a Primrose, a little cookie stitch. I've got the names, cookies and cocoa and cookies is what that's called. Some of the names I've got covered up with the stitch in here, and I didn't take them out. And then this is Cocoa Quaker. So I definitely want to especially get these Christmas ones done. I would just like to have them done and out of my pile. And then, and then this was part, I think this must have been a Christmas Sip and Stitch, something like that, or a Christmas release last year. All of these, and this is Cocoa Quilt from Primrose. So I have all these fun things stitched, and I just have not taken the time to fully finish them. But this one, I can't tell you who this is by or anything, but this was 2021, and it was this one. And the little reindeer is holding a bottle of hand sanitizer. So that was the sign of the times. Going through COVID. So then I have winter ready. I've got Winter Wonderland from Primrose. It's upside down in there. And I have that one ready. I also have the little stitcher, the Days of Blackbird. There's two little birds in here that I have stitched. I wanted to make into little pillows for winter. And I got one that's in a bag you can't see, so I'll just do that one some other time. And then this is a Luminous Fiber Arts. This is a Valentine's one, and I've got the stuff to finish that. And then I have another Luminous Fiber Arts for Valentine's, and it's that one. So I really want to get these fully finished and ready to display and make room in my finishing basket for other things that I'm stitching now. So anyway, if you went to the Jingle Ball, I hope you really enjoyed your time there. I always do. I'm always impressed at the quality of the designers. I mean, we have some of our top designers in this industry that are participating in that and spending a lot of time putting that together for us, and it's just really a neat event. So I hope next year you'll think about it and make some time to go to it and check out the entertainment and the meet and greets and all the other things they offer on that. So I guess I will get busy here and finish things up, and hopefully get a FlossTube out to you this week. I wanted to go over these two FFOs a little more on the wordplay for December, the Santa Claus. I stitched the letters with ribbon red with 2 strands for better variegation on that. I also corrected the A in the center to be like the other 2 A's because there's some charted ribbon red that was not the same as those, so in my brain it needed to be the same. I added brown hen for the steps leading to the house. Here she didn't have anything charted in those steps, so I added brown hen to that. And then I added single twist French knots with 2 threads for Santa's eyes and black coffee. That means usually you twist the thread around, excuse me, around the needle twice to do a French knot, and I only did it once, but I did use 2 threads and gave him eyes because he did not have those on the chart. Now for the other one, the Prairie Schooler, that was not even named. So I named it the 2014 because that was the copyright date. Mini Santa Claus, that's what I named him. And I found this little frame a couple years ago at Hobby Lobby and the reindeer at Hobby Lobby. So this is very small, it's 3x3. I had gotten the this pattern at Keepsakes. So that turned out really cute. And I'll show you this one up close a little bit more. See Santa's eyes. And then there's Rudolph on the other end. So really happy how those came out. Got Santa Claus on the hutch, and then I've got the mini Santa over on the bookcase in the dining room. In 2023, Lindy Stitches Stephanie, she gave everybody a free pattern for the Jingle Ball ornament. And I did not stitch the 2 or the 3 on the skirt. I just left that plain. But here is my finish. I actually thought I had recorded this for last month's video, and I discovered I hadn't. So I just left the skirt plain. I actually added another row of her skirt at the top because I think there's only one row, and I thought that looked better. And I put the 2022 charm because that was the first year of the Jingle Ball, and then the 2023 charm for this ornament. So I finished these on 3.5 sticky board rounds from Fat Quarter Shop. And I put rickrack in between. And I like it because it's nice and light. It's a good size. So someday when I have a tree that I can fill up with stitched ornaments, I will put that on there. But for now, it's probably going to go in storage. It's time to switch out my monthly series I have ready. So this is Trucking Along from Stitching with the Housewives. And on these, remember I did put the 2 pieces together on these. So this goes on the frame that Priscilla had shown in the on the pattern. I got that from Hobby Lobby years ago. So I do have that upstairs in the hallway outside my craft room where I switched that. And then this is Wordplay by Brenda Gervais. So I'm getting ready to put this one on the hutch. And I will have a tour of my Christmas things. And as always, I will list everything down in the description box in case you want to stitch those yourself. Hot off the press this morning is Primrose's Free Stitch Friday for December. Hello Winter. Just adorable. Love the snowman, and I need a lot more winter decor, so I definitely want to get a couple of her winter things stitched. This is the finishing kit with the blue fabric, pom-poms, and the wool for the back enclosure on the pillow. This was the goodie this time. It's a magnetized 2026 calendar, so that'll either go on my fridge or it will go on my filing cabinet upstairs. Also, I chose 14 count country vintage country mocha this time, and I love that they use the B5200 white because that is my white of choice. And then this one's for the noses. That's DMC 3776. And then we've got Weeks Dye Works Blue Suede, Swamp Water, in Winnie the Blue. So I'm looking forward to getting that ready to stitch in 2026 sometime. I put just a quick regular order in with Primrose also, and they had patterns for sale. This is the one I got. I don't have any doggies right now, but I have in the past, and I just thought that was really cute, so I wanted to add that to my tote box library upstairs, or I may stitch it for somebody else sometime. And then I got the Cup of Cheer needle minder and a couple stickers because, you know, it's time to switch over my date book, and I'm waiting on my new book of days, so I'll be wanting new stickers for those. And then I got this fabric pack. It's a five-piece fat quarter bundle called Scandi Green. So I have a lot of red fabric, but I don't have a lot of green, so I wanted to add that to my fabric collection. I picked up some cute ornaments at Walmart that I thought maybe I could incorporate in my decor, or I could use for a cross-stitch finish, something like that. And they were all about $3, so that was even a better deal. I got this little stocking, and I got I don't know if he's a coyote or a wolf, but I thought I could use that for maybe an outdoorsy type finish. And I got a little red engine, and actually I am going to put that out, and a wagon with Merry Christmas on it. So I thought I would share those with you in case you were looking for some things like that. I made a trip to Hobby Lobby this week. I've been seeing people using this Joy, and this was the last one they had on the shelf, but they're putting a round cross-stitch finish in it, like an ornament finish. So I thought I would pick that up. It's nice and heavy. I really like it. It was $11.99, but of course I got it half off. So I thought that would be a really nice finishing piece. And then Priscilla has been using these Santas on a lot of her finishes, so I picked up 2 of those. And this, I've done another finish on, a round finish on one of these before, and I thought I'd pick another one up, and this was $5.49. I don't think that was on sale, but it's a nice way to finish because it does have its own easel on the back of it. And the other one I had, I think, was just the plain wood color, and this one is black around the edge, so I like that too. So that was my Hobby Lobby haul for this week. This is what greets you at the front door. The wipe your hooves that came from my ex-sister-in-law. I've had that since probably the 90s when we used to do craft shows together. But she's very talented. She actually cut all the pieces on a scroll saw, painted them, finished them. Very talented lady. And then we have Sweater Weather, and that is Stitching with the Housewives. I think it's a What's in My Cup. But like I always say, I will list everything down in the description, name, and designer. On the top of the bookcase in the dining room, I have my brand newly finished 2014 Santa from the Prairie Schooler. And this wood Santa is also something that Tanya, my ex sister-in-law, made. And I've put him out, tried to put him out every year. And then this is the Artful Offerings. Can't see it very well, but I love doing that one. And then we'll move over to the Hobby Lobby tiered tower. And I have the reindeer names there, and I forget who the designer was of that. I think it was Helen D actually, but I'll have it correct down in the description. And then this is Primrose Cottage. And then I've got some hot chocolate things down here. Okay, Peace on Earth. That was a Stitching with the Housewives. And then there's my larger Buckeye ornament that I got at the Young's Wool Gathering. That one was last year. And Let's Talk Winter. And in the family room, this is a wooden tree. I got the specs of it off of Facebook, and Jim actually made that for me. So I put a wreath and some bells on it. Then I got the grandkids stockings. I just made little, got some wooden letters for their first name at Michael's and painted them and put pins on them so that I could pin them on the stockings. And then the little train is one of the ornaments I picked up from Walmart this year. And then this is 'Tis the Season. And I elected to put Winter Wonderland so I could keep that out all winter. And the stocking holders are all from Hobby Lobby. And I've collected those over the years. And our tree. I do a really simple tree. Just have an angel topper that I like and just do some ribbons, and I've had that music garland for a long time. Now the tree skirt is something my mom crocheted and didn't want anymore. The wood hobby horse was made by a friend for me a long time ago. And then the little girl in the sleigh, that sleigh came from the Hen Workshops, which I sold for a long time. And the doll, I think, was made by one of my other sister-in-laws back in the day. So that's what I've got for the family room, the mantle area. This is what I've got at the bottom of a plant stand under the window in the family room. That basket is an antique basket I got from my mom. And I'll make sure to list that stitch down in the description that I have in the tobacco basket. Don't want to tell you wrong. And then I've got this up in the family room out by the back door. Merry Christmas, my dear. And I did that on the Petit Point fabric. I just love it. So sweet. I thought I'd throw these in. I don't show them very often, but they're seasonal and they're up all year. These are Heart and Hand, and I got the patterns from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. She has these available in all the shops now, but I just love them. Finished them in little frames that I found at Hobby Lobby. Over here by the hutch, I have Frosty Forest. And on top, I've got the Bucket Brigade Christmas that was in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. And then there's Brenda Gervais Wordplay for Christmas, December. And I think the Sprinkle Christmas Kindness was actually a Lindy Stitches. And this one I did a very, very long time ago. I probably stitched this in the 80s or 90s. And that's a Precious Moments. And then I think the flyer is from Sue Hillis. Pretty sure. And then I've Got And To All Good Night. Not gonna say, can't remember. This is why I write everything down, why I have spreadsheets on everything. Bless You. I actually think that was Just Another Button Company. And the button came with the pattern, but I'll check for sure. And then that's Winter Quaker and Christmas Blessings, and the Go Tell It on the Mountain is from the Proper Stitcher. I need to do the other two of those. And Santa Claus, the Word Swap by Stitching with the Housewives. So that's what's out here on the hutch right now. I have this one in the hallway upstairs. I think this was a country cottage, but I'll look it up for sure. And then across the hall, this is where I do my trucking along, switching out every month, Stitching with the Housewives.